We're back! I keep doing that every week. I don't know why. Okay, so this is episode 5. This has gone really fast this season. I've really enjoyed it. I'm already thinking about a new one. I probably won't even give a gap. I'll just go straight into it. Anyway, this episode then is on Kimura. So part of the idea of doing this season was to show how you can break submissions by tweaking them ever so slightly from the defensive aspect. So like in the triangle, by just moving your head out of alignment, it kills the choke. So the idea of this one, the Kimura, again, is just how you can like mess up the arm lock ever so slightly, ruins it entirely, but then that should help you improve your Kimuras anyway. So I'm not going to look at general kind of setups or anything like that. I don't really care. You can figure it out yourself. All we're going to look at is the idea of the joint dynamics and then how you can overcome this. So going back to like joint theory, I think we mentioned in the armbar episode. Whenever you want a joint lock, it's not the one you think you want. It's the one above and below the one you want. So when it comes to arm bars, it's not the elbow. I want the wrist and the shoulder. Once I've isolated those two, the elbow's right there. If I don't have full control over those two joints, it gets super difficult. Same with the wrist lock. I need to control the hand and the elbow. If I don't have control of the elbow, it's just going to go off into the wind. When it comes to the Kimura, I'm wrecking the shoulder, and I should know this. And that I was sparring recently with a brown belt. He put on a Kimura quite fast, and he partially dislocated my collarbone. It's sticking out ever so slightly. You can't see it on the video, but it's sticking out. It looks terrible. But yeah, so that gives you a rough idea. It's something that attacks the shoulder, which means above and below the one you want, and the control of the elbow, and the control of the other shoulder. That's why I do a lot of, like when it comes to the north-south one, about sitting on top of them and putting weight on that shoulder. You can try and escape the other shoulder, and that's why you have roll-arounds and flips, etc. But a simpler way of sorting it out is just by escaping your elbow. And this is quite funny when it comes to Kimura trap as well. So it was Preet that put me onto this specific one about how to escape the elbow. So again, full credit to him. But then we've now reverse engineered it into focusing more onto isolating the joints we actually want to control. So if Naki was to go for a Kimura on me, say north-south. Okay. We'll do it here, yeah. Here. Okay, so finish it. Okay, so again, he needs to like pretty much just sit on my head in a completely platonic way to isolate this other shoulder here. But as soon as this other shoulder is isolated, I can't move and this one's going to get destroyed. If that's the case, I can't move, the best option I can have is actually just to push on his elbow. Here. Now try and finish Kimura. As soon as I've freed my elbow here, go for it. It's super difficult for him to finish. He has no control over my arm. This is why actually I can't remember the last time I Kimu'd you. It is super difficult.
I have good Kimura defense.
Yeah. So all that needs to happen is I need to just escape the elbow. So say if I set up the Kimura on Naki, so like that please. Yeah, like got side control. Let's turn this way. That way. Yeah. Okay. So I've gone for the Kimura here. If Naki can just like wheedle his arm ever so slightly free.
This one?
Yeah, just pushing his elbow free here. I can't get it. So if he actually puts his elbow to the floor as fast as he can, here, and pulls his arm free, there's no way I'm going to be able to finish that at all. I might be able to lucky to get a wrist lock, but as soon as his elbow touches the floor, it's gone. So I'll show you if he does it to me. So he's here. Come around. So he's got the Kimura. The second that happens, if I can just push his elbow so slightly and get mine to the floor, Hold on to it super tight. It will break his own wrist if he tries. There. It's gone. All I'm doing is pushing his elbow. Just to free mine. The second I'm here, I don't panic. I just find his elbow. I don't care how you find it. And push. There you go. To the floor. And it's gone. And that's the second I see any sort of double wrist grip of my arm that looks like it's going to be a Kimura. It also works when it comes to the Kimura trap, which is super annoying.
It's funny.
Yeah, so Kimura trap me, so from the front. So from Sackville here. So he's gone for the Kimura trap, yeah. Will I be in the video? And lay down here. Okay? Now I know that if I just sit up, he's going to come flying in, bang, the whole Kimura trap system works. Or if I chill here for too long, he's going to go for triangles and all manner of horrible things. If I just turn towards him and grab hold of his elbow, nothing happens now. If I went to sit up, follow me. He can't. It pins him to the floor. So the second I freed my elbow, it's gone. So come back, let's do it again. Sorry, man. Here. So now he's got my elbow, so I know that if I start moving wildly, he's just going to follow me and attack me. But if I turn in, push his elbow, and get mine to the floor, it's gone. No Kimura, no trap, no nothing. So what do we do then? Now just by knowing this knowledge, play with it a few times, that if I can grab hold of the Kimura, I'm going to hold it in super tight. I want to make sure that his elbow is touching my chest. Again, you can't really understand what you want from a Kimura, or joint locks in general, until you see good defence, good technical defence. So if I was here, I've got the Kimura grip, I want to keep that pinned in towards my chest. Because if you can free his elbow in any way, try and get out, he's going to escape. So I need to make sure that is pinned to me this entire time until it gets round. So similar to how we did the armbar last week, where if you rely on instinct and grab hold of your own hand, you kind of lock yourself into the system, and people can kind of set themselves up, grab your far elbow, and lock your shoulders in. It means you can't use a good escape. The exact same works here. If you just grab hold of your own hand, that's an instinctual thing, and all you're doing is delaying the inevitable. It gives them time to isolate your other shoulder and isolate your elbow. And all that's happening then is it's your grip versus their entire musculature that's just going to save you. Instead, you kind of have to abandon it and just try and push that elbow free. As soon as that's happened, you're out. So I keep saying this pretty much every time I'm teaching or teaching seminars. Jiu-jitsu people rely on skill. Only human beings rely on instinct. We are jiu-jitsu people. So work on your skill, work on a good technical defense that isn't just hold on for dear life, because then you've locked yourself into the system. Play with the idea of actually having good escapes, freeing the elbow, and then once you have good partners who are doing this, isolate the arm, isolate the other shoulder. There is another way of escaping from the other angle that kind of involves rolls but frees up your shoulder quite well. We're not going to do that just yet, probably do that in a future season because it can cause a lot of injuries. Yeah. Works though, but not just yet. But yeah, thank you for your time. That was episode 5, so we've got 2 more.
2 more, yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for watching that video, wherever the hell it was about. Please like it, share it, subscribe to the channel. If there's a bell icon, it should be on this side. Please click on that if you want to get notifications for any new videos I make. If there are other videos around my head someplace, please click on those for more techniques. And in the description is a link to my Patreon if you want to support the channel in any way. So thank you for your time.